everybody, welcome to Marty Motoring. This is my 2011 Lexus IS 350 that I've supercharged, makes 430 wheel horsepower, it's rear wheel drive, it's blue, and it's a pretty fun car. Today we're going to look at all the modifications I did, and we're going to try to do it quick because I'm on an hour lunch break, so let's get to it. So here's the car, like I said, 2011 Lexus IS 350. A lot of different things done to it, so we're going to go over those now. You can find a full mod list on my website, as well as 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, who we've partnered with for this video, and there'll be a link down in the description for that. 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗓 is a site where you can list your car, your mods. It's very Lexus focused right now, and that's what they're starting out with. So it's a great place to go see other Lexus builds and be able to click on parts, review them, see full builds. Awesome website, and I got to talk to the creator and kind of just see his vision for the site, so it's really cool. So definitely check that out in the description below. Go to that website. I'll have my car in there and my build and all the parts that I can. So starting up front, we have the stock bumper, we have the F-Sport grille that comes with the F-Sport. The previous owner did install these kind of side valances that go near the fog light, and I think they look cool, just give the bumper a little bit more presence. And then we also have the VLAN LED headlights. They are full LED, there are no bulbs, so it's a full unit. They have pretty good light distribution as long as you point them properly. Also up front, we have the RR Racing carbon fiber hood, and that has been paint matched to the color of the vehicle, which is ultrasonic blue. There's another ultrasonic blue that came later for a lot of the F cars. This was the first iteration of it, and it's just an absolutely awesome color. I love the color so much. But you can see this has been cleared. It's just the exposed carbon with clear coat, and then this is the actual paint, and then we just have some painted vents. The calipers are painted with the G2 caliper kit, stock calipers. We have Power Stop rotors and Power Stop Z23 carbon fiber ceramic brakes. That package together is just really nice. Good stopping power. We changed the brake fluid. Everything works really well. And these are Enkei Kojin 18-inch wheels and Michelin Pilot 4S tires. I believe these are 235/45 in the front and then 255/40 in the rear. The car is sitting on BC Racing BR coilovers, and they ride pretty nice. We have 20% tint on the windows, and then back here there's a lot of other stuff going on. I recently put back the OEM trunk. I had a VIS carbon fiber racing trunk with a duckbill. It looked awesome. The problem was there was no real holes for the reverse camera, so I didn't have that. The fitment wasn't 100%, so I took it off, and I wanted the car to be 100%. So I put the OEM trunk back on. It's not my favorite, but it looks really good. The paint's still really good. We have some VLAN LED taillights in the smoked, same brand as the headlights. It's just they're red, they light up red, they look really cool. And I'm not usually a fan of smoked taillights, but with this blue and black theme, it works really well. We have the 350 plate, of course. I had that on my old black IS 350, and now I have it on this. And another reason I put that trunk on is because I was thinking about selling this car, and when that does eventually happen, I want the buyer to have the legit trunk and not the one that didn't fit right. And if I get an ISF, I can use that trunk and modify it somehow, the VIS racing one. And so we'll see down the road what happens, but just wanted to put the factory part back on just because it's way more solid and everything lines up. Continuing on in the back, I have smoked rear reflectors, and then this is just like an eBay diffuser that the previous owner had molded into the bumper, and I think it looks really good. We have X-Force Varix exhaust. It's a catback, so it's literally from the headers back, and that exhaust is the Varix system, so it has flaps that open and close with a remote, and that's all hooked up and works, and it's just really cool to be able to make it a little bit quieter and then a little bit louder. Now this car is very raspy if you've heard it in other videos, because it has PPE catless headers. So there are no catalytic converters. It's probably not legal in a lot of states. I drive this under 5,000 miles a year, so I am exempt for emissions. That's just something to be aware of. I forgot to mention we do have Auxito LED fog lights in there. They are yellow and they look really cool. I think that's it for cosmetic on the outside. Let's pop the hood. The 2GR FSE, it's a V6 3.5 liter, makes 306 from the factory, but with the RR Racing Supercharger kit, we're closer to 500 horsepower because we're making 430 wheel. So here is the RR Racing kit. Here's the intake and the charge piping. So this is very complex and tight, but it all works very well. So the air goes in here, goes into the blower that is down there, comes out, gets charged, comes out and goes through this piping into the intercooler, gets cooled in the intercooler, comes out of the top here, goes back down, and then comes up and goes into the intake. So there's a lot of airflow going on, but that's essentially what's happening. And that kit varied on cost. When I got it, it was a little bit cheaper, and we worked with RR Racing, and doing it myself, I saved a lot of money that way. But if you were to buy this now, I believe it's $6,800 plus install. Then we also have the micro squirt and everything else that's required for the kit to run properly. So everything's running really good. This car is tuned, runs really well, and those are really all the engine mods. I mean, it's the engine, PPE headers, X-Force catback. That's where you're getting that performance with the supercharger. Tuned, running 93 octane only with octane booster just to be safe. So that's the lowest I can run is 93 octane pump gas. So now we'll close our carbon fiber hood. And under the car, you probably can't see it well, but there are FIGS lower control arms and FIGS bushings. That is FIGS engineering. That was done by the previous owner as well. And also, I forgot to mention, underneath the car, there's the blue F-Sport brace. Everything together is just a great combo of a car. The color, the black and blue theme, the brakes, the wheels, the tires, the supercharger. It's kind of like the ultimate build for me, the ultimate build I've done. I've had a lot of fun with it, and you know, if I do sell it, I know the next person will have a lot of fun with it also. Here in the interior, we have the Innovate Motorsports wideband boost gauge, and that was something we bought extra with the kit, and we did all that at once. We did colder spark plugs, fluid changes, but I don't really count those as mods. Those are more maintenance. But we got this wideband that's drilled an extra hole into the exhaust so that we can monitor our air-fuel ratios. And then we have these paddle shifters extensions from SK Customs, I believe is the brand. And they are on Amazon. The link will be in the description below, along with everything else that I can link. They come in a bunch of different colors. I really like the blue because it's the F-Sport blue. It's really close. And then we also have the Bonobo Products F-Sport button. And that start-stop, it just replaces the gray one that was there. It just said start-stop. And this one just looks a lot cooler, and it matches the paddle shifter extensions. For the center console, we have the ISF center trim. And then those were just the regular F-Sport ones. But this was actually something I had bought and I gave to the previous owner because I knew him, and he put it in the car, and now I have the car. So it's just kind of funny how that came full circle. But either way, I think it looks cool, kind of breaks up the rest of the gray interior with that silver carbon. And I put an F-Sport decal just to distinguish that it's not an F. It is an ISF trim, but you got the F-Sport, and then we have the F-Sport shift knob as well that is black carbon fiber with blue stitching. So just the whole thing is pretty cohesive and works together. This could probably be black and it might even look better. It's just something I never really got around to, just because I was focused on the performance of the car and having fun with it, not so much the cosmetics after a while. So back here in the trunk, we do have these carbon fiber panels, which I am looking to sell just because they're not going to fit in the supercharger and I don't want to cut them up. But this actually came with the car, and they're just laying in here for now. But the trunk, it was pretty much gutted for a stereo system, so there's a lot of carpet cut and everything like that. I took a lot of that out for weight savings, but I left the bar in here, and I don't have that piece of carpet, so that's just how it looks. There's a lot of sound deadening on the car as well, so that actually helps out with sound. And the subwoofer was changed out, and I had to wire that up, so everything works. Back here, it's just not the prettiest. but it's more performance based with the strut tower brace. So that is a quick walk around and overview of the modifications. This car is pretty unique, pretty rare. I definitely had a lot of fun with it and changed a lot of things even in my 1.5 years of ownership. But I think I'm ready to move on to something else. I really want a V8 in my life. As I mentioned in my previous video, I am listing this for sale and I actually have a buyer interested right now. So the deal may happen this week. We'll see. I will definitely miss this car. I just at least wanted to get this overview and mod list out before any of that would happen, just because I know a lot of people have asked me to do it and I really wanted to promote 𝗙𝗎𝗟𝗪. Definitely an awesome site. Check it out. I'll definitely be back with future builds on that site. It's just a great database of information and builds in a really cool community. Check the site out. Click the links in the description if you're interested in any of these modifications. Follow me on Instagram at Marty Motoring for more updates. And as always, thank you for watching and keep those wheels turning. So long, farewell.